welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of driving with the manual stick shift Cayenne. One of the best cars that you could actually ever drive, and there's no mistaking the performance of this vehicle. I'm going to do a few heel toes, slow the car down a little bit, because now I've run into the occasional traffic jam that is New York City. Rev match into third gear, let the car ride through, and I'm here. So welcome back to my channel. Now, since this first video where I posted a video pretty much in this exact angle, that first video, has managed to get 1,000 views, more than I actually expected, because I was just talking about my experience driving the Cayenne and my experience with the stick shift. But in the meantime, The Drive, one of my favorite car channels, hosted by Mike Spinelli, he actually posted a video of Porsches and special Porsches that exist within the New York City area on a program called Gears for the Peers. You should definitely go check that out. And my car, I was very fortunate enough to be featured in it, and I was able to speak on my experience with ownership as well as some of the acquisition tales that I was able to elaborate upon. So I think that helped generate some traffic to my channel, which I'm truly thankful for. But today I want to give you a more in-depth look of what it's meant to have a Cayenne with a manual transmission in New York City. A lot of manufacturers these days are creating and entering the segment of the sport SUV. I mean, we see Lamborghini now with the Urus, and they're doing a phenomenal job. But the one thing, or the one area in which they fail, is they don't actually have a manual option on their car. And an SUV sports car, or whatever that segment is right now in the car world today, these machines were never meant to be track monsters. They were meant to be high-performance SUVs designed to keep up with modern-day traffic and sometimes beat the sports cars and catch them off guard. And in all certainty, you probably don't need a dual-clutch transmission in order to gain the best lap time on the Nürburgring or on the Autobahn or whatever highway that the auto manufacturers are testing their cars on, whatever platform that is. For me, the car is meant to be something that's fun to drive, and having a manual transmission definitely makes it fun, with the exception of traffic sometimes, because sometimes you're just between first and second gears, sometimes the occasional third gear you're sliding the car into, but for the most part, having that manual transmission gives it a bit of personality when you're on the open road. So I'm gonna cut to a few driving sequences. I'm gonna pause my talking, and hopefully I'll be out of Queens and into Manhattan within the next few minutes, so stay tuned. Miraculously, at this juncture, I was able to find some open road and swerve in and out of traffic, obeying all traffic laws, of course, because I never exceed the speed limit. The cars around me were just painfully slow. So as I'm waiting for a red light over here, some of you may ask, what is it like to drive a manual in New York City? I'm going to rephrase that question. What is it like to drive, period, in New York City? Parking situations are nearly impossible. Alternate side parking is a reality where you have to switch your vehicle from side to side depending on the day of the week that street cleaning actually takes place. But other than that, besides those, for lack of better terms, I guess inconveniences, driving in New York City is just like driving anywhere else. It's a matter of being able to understand your destination and understanding what sacrifice is. You're going to sacrifice convenience sometimes because in order to be more convenient in New York City, sometimes convenience exists with taking the Long Island Railroad or taking the New York City bus or New York City Transit. But when you get in the car, there's advantages to that. You don't have ear pods in your ears. You have a sound system that you can listen to. You could take phone calls in the privacy of your own cabin. There's lots of things that it entails. Other issues that arise when driving in New York City all come with being stuck in traffic and sharing the road with other drivers. Now, when I speak about other drivers, it's quite specific. Disgruntled drivers, taxi drivers, people who are in a rush constantly. So you have to watch out for those people at all times. So someone had once told me, when in doubt, accelerate. Absolutely true. You want to get out of harm's way. And I finally made it into Manhattan. The views never cease to amaze me. Now, as you watch this sequence, observe how I managed to maneuver around obstacles like a labyrinth. I daily drive in my Porsche, so these sights are familiar to me. Between the potholes, novice Uber and Lyft drivers, seamless delivery cyclists, and orange exhaust stacks positioned in the center of the street, driving in New York isn't for the faint of heart. Dude, are you kidding me? Now, I'm not gonna lie, road rage is a real thing. Every now and then, the occasional driver does get under my skin, and this is a prime example that I had not even planned for, but it comes with the territory of driving in New York City. So road rage is a thing. Sometimes you run into terrible drivers who just cut you off for no reason. That's the reality of driving in New York. Sometimes, even bad roads. I mean, you could hear it as I'm driving through here. You could see all the potholes, all the construction that is almost never ending. Specific projects take about 10 years to complete. That's a New York reality. And you learn to deal with it. You plan early and you plan ahead. You never leave anywhere last minute because you won't make your flight, that's for sure. And being a person from Queens, home of the 2 New York airports, I'm familiar with this reality. So, as I'm approaching my destination, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for being supportive of this channel since the beginning. And I have a really cool car. I'm really thankful that I have a really cool car. The 6-speed manual Cayenne from Porsche. So, if you want to see me do fun things with this car, please leave suggestions. I mean, I'm open to any suggestions within reason that I could try to incorporate into the channel. So leave comments below on what you are interested in me doing next on my adventures in New York City with this Porsche Cayenne or any of my other cars as well. So thank you for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Please continue liking this video, and Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome, and I'm thankful for all the views. Enjoy your day.